Yeah. Oh my God, it finally happened, you guys. We got our hands on a Specialized Turbo Kenevo Expert. I was starting to think reviewing this bike was going to be like trying to date a celebrity. You can dream about it all you want, and I dream about it a lot, but they are just not in your circle in the end. But we finally got our hands on one, which means we're going to review it for you. This is hands down the most sought after EMTB in the world right now. We get calls about this bike all the time. People are looking for it non-stop. Everybody knows what it is. I think even my grandma, if I told her, hey, we got a Specialized Turbo Kenevo Expert in, she would be thrilled, and she would know exactly what I was talking about, even though she is a dedicated penny farthing rider. And you should see her ride Enduro on that penny farthing. It's pretty impressive. All this to say that if you are watching this review and you are already interested in one, you should probably stop watching and immediately go find one right now, because they are flying off the shelves. And if you have a lead on one, I would highly recommend grabbing it. In fact, you might be wasting valuable time. I might be wasting your time right now by continuing to talk. So let's just get into the review right now. It's specs.
Let's talk about specs, baby.
Starting off with the drivetrain, you've got the SRAM GX 11-speed derailleur on this bike. It is an 11 to 42 tooth cassette in the back. That is going to be a great setup for this style of bike, which is very aggressive. You want this bike to be as downhill focused as possible and not one of those bigger cassettes that you're seeing on like Enduro all mountain style bikes. Plus, do you even really need a big cassette with the Bros S-Mag motor with 90 Newton meters of torque, 250 watts nominal, and of course a 700 watt hour battery? That is one of Specialized specialties. I've used that before, it's hard to say. But this drivetrain combined with this motor is going to be able to power you up any hill, so you don't need to get on a lift or anything. The group set is rounded off with more SRAM components. You've got the SRAM Code R hydraulic disc brakes. These are 4-piston and they are on 200mm rotors. They're going to offer solid stopping power. But the suspension is where this bike gets really fun. Man, oh, it's so pretty. You have got a dual crown RockShox Boxer Select RC fork on this. It is 180mm of travel. That is unparalleled on the EMTB market. That dual crown is gonna help you have the best downhill control so you can really get going on those straight line speeds. The Boxer Select RC comes on board with a debonair spring, and that 180mm of travel really makes a difference. So between the 160 and the 180, if you're the type of person who is sending this bike off of like big jumps and going downhill at massively fast speeds, you are going to really want this dual crown 180mm travel bike. In the back, you have got 180mm of travel on the RockShox Super Deluxe Plus. That is the type of rear shock you would want to see on this bike. 180mm of travel. Front and rear is going to pair very nicely with the aggressive geometry. That's a head tube angle of 64 degrees and a seat tube angle of 77. And I would just like to reiterate, this is probably the most true to enduro / downhill riding EMTB on the market today. That 180mm of travel is really what you would like to see on an aggressively downhill bike. This bike performs downhill better than many other bikes on the market. This bike is very slack and incredibly aggressive, which makes it a perfect match for the most aggressive EMTB riders. You would definitely want to see 27.5-inch wheels on this bike, and that is what you are seeing. 27.5-inch wheels from Specialized. They are tubeless ready on Butcher Black Diamond tires. Those are going to be 2.6 inches wide, which is probably a little bit wider than you are used to on Enduro bikes, but I think you will appreciate the extra traction on those plus size 2.6-inch tires. You can still rip downhill pretty much as fast as you would like, as you will see when we take Austin out on this bike right now.
Oh, I wasn't prepared for this at all.
Of course we're going to put Austin on this bike. He is our most aggressive rider, but he's a really mellow soul. It's weird. He rides aggressively, but just a real teddy bear otherwise. I hope you like that representation of yourself, Austin. It's how I feel about you, buddy. Let's watch Austin take this bike on, the teddy bear himself. I gotta get out of here. Let's watch Austin. Bye. Give us a life update. We know you got married. Tell us another big one.
Oh man, July I got a baby girl on the way, so
Bringing up baby.
bringing up baby, following right behind Will, our San Diego store manager.
So Austin's wife has made us vow to keep him safe, which we will do. I promise you that, Taylor.
You, as the footage may see in today, that probably won't be the case, but we'll try. No, we will. We will.
Here's this absolute psycho out here, about to go down that.
We're gonna go destroy some rocks with these bikes, hence Rocky Peak. But yeah, we're gonna be testing the Kenevo. I'm expecting this thing to feel like I'm riding on a Rolls Royce. Just plush, forgiving. That's the thing about this bike. You can get into some hairy situations and it'll get you out. These tires are really, really nice too. I'm not gonna lie, I really like the Butcher grids.
How you feel about this SRAM GX?
It's not too bad. I mean, it's definitely not a climbing oriented gearing. I think you still have what is it, a 10 to 42, so an older 11-speed drivetrain. But for a bike like this, you don't need a 12-speed. This is
designed for downhill enduro usage, so it's actually a pretty solid.
This is what we like to call a shred sled. A shred sled. This is meant for, you just hold on to the reins like you would on one of those old toboggans, and then you just let her rip. I'll be able to choose whatever line I want to take, and it's gonna go wherever I point it. Don't worry, got my helmet back here. All right, so we're out here at the top, the staging area for one of the downhill trails out here at Rocky Peak, and we're on the Kenevo Expert. This is my first time ever down this trail, surprisingly, out of all the times I've been to Rocky Peak. So I only know a little bit of it, but it'll be a good time. First time down the trail on a forgiving bike, so it's perfect combination right there. Ooh, right into the right-hand corner. Let's accelerate. Like I said, I've never ridden this trail before, but we'll get a good idea. Woo! Like I said, this Kenevo is incredibly forgiving. Talk about getting the blood pumping. Here we go. Into the jump, into the lily pad drops. Let's see how we go. Woo! Into the bigger drop here at the end. Ah, man. Almost bottomed out this bike. Now we go into the steeper chute. Hopefully it's not too loose here at the bottom. Oh, super loose at the bottom. Woo! Woo! Here we go into the lily pads. Start the next section of the trail and let her rip. First we got a pretty decent rock roll right here and do a steep drop. Let's see how it handles. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Now we're gonna get to the high speed section. Oh my gosh. Like I said, this thing's incredibly forgiving. Woo! Oh my gosh. On any normal bike, I might have lost that, but got this slack head tube angle long bike. I was able to hold on to the bucking Bronco. Alrighty. So now we got another little climb here, and then we're back on a trail that I'm a little more familiar with. Into my favorite part right here. We're gonna really open this bike up. Oh, almost lost the front tire. Stay low through the corners. Let the brakes go. Woo! Almost lost it there. Pop out wide into the rock. Stay wide. Oh, man, does this bike just want to go faster and faster and faster every time. Such a pleasure to hold on to this bad boy. Now for the speedy straightaway. really loose. Jump. Woo, and that is it. Let me tell you, for the first time hitting that in well over a year and a half, I don't think I would have chose any other bike besides this bike. Gave me the confidence to hit everything I wanted, but still scared the living crap out of me at the same time. So it's a fine line you want to balance there, but as you can see, this bike handled it like a champ.
So who is this bike best for? I would say anybody who can get their hands on it, first of all, because as we mentioned, go get it immediately if you have a lead on one. They are hard to find. But ideally, I would say you are riding at Austin's level or higher. Then you would want to be looking at this bike. If you're just a casual single track rider, probably not the best option for you. But if you're a more aggressive rider, that's when you would want to be looking at the Turbo Kenevo. The reason I say that is because it does run you $9,000. And if you're going to spend that much money on this type of bike, I want to make sure you are getting everything out of that bike that you possibly can. So again, if you're just kind of more of a single track rider, all mountain rider, nothing wrong with that at all, but you can probably get away with something a little less aggressive, maybe a Turbo Levo. But hey, if you've got the dough and you want to take out one of the best bikes on the market and one of the most popular bikes to have all the other EMTB riders drooling all over you, not sure you'd want that right now, and you want to have all the EMTB riders in your local group jealous, then grab that Specialized Turbo Kenevo Expert and ride it into the ground, because baby, this bike can shred. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment below, let me know if you found one of these and where, because I gotta tell you what, I'm gonna be a little bit jealous. Haven't found one of my size yet, but I'm keeping an eye out. Thanks for watching, you guys, and until next time, get out there and enjoy the ride.